If you've been watching this channel, you know that I have collected the Ace Science Fiction Specials Series 1, and I've been reading through them. There are 3 book piles in front of you. This first pile here are books that were purchased by Terry Carr for the Ace Science Fiction Specials Series 1, but actually didn't get published with that designation on top, as Terry Carr had left the company. The second pile are books in the Ace Science Fiction Specials Series 2 from the 1970s. And the third pile are Ace Science Fiction Specials Series 3, again edited by Terry Carr from the 1980s. I'll take a look at these books with you, and then I'll show you a slideshow including those that I do not have. Barefoot in the Head by Brian W. Aldiss. This book is the last one with a Leo and Diane Dillon cover. I think it's pretty spectacular. The Ace Science Fiction Specials Series 1 were published from 1967 to 1971. And we can see here that this printing was October 1972. So this is the first one that didn't make it into the Series 1. Next, an author that has a number of books in Series 1, D.G. Compton, The Missionaries. Gordon Eklund as well had a book within Series 1. Potentially new author to the Ace Science Fiction Specials was Fritz Leiber, You're All Alone. And another author that would have been new to the series, Barry N. Malzberg, The Falling Astronauts. The Barons of Behavior, Tom Perdome. And the last one that would have been an Ace Science Fiction Special, Series 1, The Worlds of Theodore Sturgeon. That brings us to Series 2. All of Series 2 has this starburst type pattern on it with the Ace Science Fiction Special, and they are numbered. This is the only series that is numbered and is also numbered on the spine. And you'll notice on the spine that it has changed a logo from this Ace Books logo to this logo here, more of a rounded logo. So this is From the Legend of Beale by Mary Staton. So this first novel, let's see when it was published. It's copyright 1975 by Mary Staton. Number 2, Red Tide, Dee Chapman and Dolores Lehman Tarzan. Marion Zimmer Bradley, Endless Voyage. I like the artwork on this one. So that's number 3. By the way, I said there's 8 novels that were purchased for Series 1 that didn't get published with Series 1. The one that I'm missing here is Other Days, Other Eyes by Bob Shaw. There'll be a picture of it in the slideshow. This last one was number 3. I'm missing number 4, Stanislav Lem, The Invincible. I'll make sure there's a picture in the slideshow. Number 5, unfortunately, it has a number on here. This one by Felix C. Gottschalk is Growing Up in Tier 3000. I think you're noticing in the design that they have a color shadow behind the font for the series. Walt and Lee Richmond, Challenge the Hellmaker. Number 7, Thomas Burnett Swan, Lady of the Bees. Number 8, Thomas Burnett Swan again, The Tournament of Thorns. William Barton, A Plague of All Cowards. An interesting title. Here we have our friend from Series 1, Bob Shaw, Orbitsville. And the last A Science Fiction Special, Series 2, number 11, Chelsea Quinn Yarbo, Time of the Fourth Horseman. I know Stephen from Outlaw Booksellers is very high on Chelsea Quinn Yarbo. In fact, Stephen has collected the A Science Fiction Specials Series 2 and has all of them. I'll put a link to his video in the description for this video. I'm missing a number of books from Series 3. I will put the books into the slideshow. In this series, it was again edited by Terry Carr. He was hired as a freelance editor specifically for this series. He chose to have first novels by science fiction authors. Once again, we see his eye for talent and for literature. Unfortunately, he passed away before the series was complete. First in the series, The Wild Shore by Kim Stanley Robinson. So this was first published. March 1984. By the way, let's take a look at when this one was last published for Series 2. October 1977. Next one that I have is Green Eyes by Lucius Shepard. I have half the series right now, and these are in order of publication. Them Bones by Howard Waldrop. The Net by Lauren J. McGregor. Metrophage by Richard Kadri. And the last one that I have is The Tides of God by Ted Reynolds. And so for this last one that I have, let's see what the date of publication is. February of 1989. So here's what Series 1 looks like on my shelf. At the time of this video, I am reading The Preserving Machine by Philip K. Dick. So Series 1 continues onto this shelf, and then the first one, right here, Barefoot in the Head, is the first one that has been bought for the series but didn't have the Ace Science Fiction Special across the top here. We continue on. Then on this shelf here, we have the ones that were bought for Series 1 ends here, and this is where Series 2 starts. And as you can see, they're numbered, and the logo has changed. It's changed from there to there as a rounded A. And I have numbers 1 through 11, with the exception of 4, which is Stanislav Lem, the Invincible. I can't help but wonder if Terry Carr had stayed with Ace, whether the very first one for Series 2 might have been Ursula K. Le Guin's The Dispossessed. What a start that would have been. And then we see Series 3, starting in the 80s. So these are my Ace science fiction specials from 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s. I've also started to collect some other Ace books, including the Ace doubles. Stay tuned for another video about that. Also, stay tuned for my read-through of the Ace Science Fiction Specials Series 1. I am now in the 16th book of that series, a collection of stories by Philip K. Dick called The Preserving Machine. A video will be coming soon. Until next time, keep reading.